If you wish to do that, you can.
Yeah, I don't want to die in the next 10 minutes, so nah.
So, everyone agrees we should take a job tomorrow and see what happens.
Yeah.
I don't see why not.
Okay, easy peasy. How much longer have I got copying this stuff, do you reckon?
I would say that it's only going to take you a further 30 minutes.
We can sit around and have a drink, have some food, because we
Yeah.
just had quite the ordeal. I wouldn't mind sitting down. And I kind of look over at Longshore, and there's like this cut on his cheek that's been bothering me for like 20 minutes, and so I cast a Cure Wounds on him.
Oh, it's been bothering you, has it?
Actually, if we're just going to sit down and have a short rest while Tobias finishes this, then we'll just use some hit die.
Yeah, that makes a lot more sense.
Alrighty, so yeah, we'll take a short rest, have around, have some drinks.
Stick a band-aid on Longshore's jaw.
You what?
Stick a band-aid on the cut.
Oh, thank you.
I grab another, what's that thing called? Another ale from the bar as well.
I hand you back the gold that you tried to give me,
Oh, okay. Thank you.
because if you're going to go buy one, then fuck it.
Yeah. So you walk up to Maxo and he mixes this drink real fast and he goes, "Just a standard ale for you?"
Yes, please, sir.
1 gold and 2
Hi.
silver.
Thank
Also,
you.
the extra gold I gave you was like payment in advance for the bag of holding cover.
Okay.
Oh,
Sure, this probably be enough, actually. I could probably do that.
by the way, did we get those health potions and our 200 gold?
We didn't
Yeah.
get the 200 gold. I think that comes at the end of the first week as opposed to the start.
That makes sense, yeah. Do you mind if I have one of those health potions?
Which, yeah, and
Yeah,
sorry,
we all
Wes.
have one, and then one of them's in the bag of holding.
Okie dokie.
So, what would the
Well, there are
rest
2 in the
of
bag of holding.
potions?
They're 3d8 minus 4, I think.
Yeah, correct.
Thank you.
No, there are 2 potions in the bag of holding. Mine's in there. Well, I chose not to take one.
Oh, okay.
3d8 minus 4.
Can someone who's not me keep track of what's in the bag of holding?
Well, I feel like the person carrying the bag of holding should do that. I mean,
Well, then
I'll
I don't
carry it
wanna
and keep. All right, I'll keep track of it. Then.
I mean,
Give
like,
it to me.
yeah, like I feel like me carrying it makes most sense, but I really don't want to keep track of it.
I don't mind keeping track of it.
All right, so if you want to keep track of it, I'll carry it. I don't see why those two have to be linked.
I want to carry the bag of holding.
It makes more sense for me to carry it though,
But I want it. Okay, fine.
because like you'll get smacked, the bag will break, and then we'll sad.
Yeah. Is it right if I just have a fake character sheet, Wes, just so I have something that'll auto-calculate weight?
Oh, yeah,
Just,
sure.
just
totally.
call it bag of holding, and I'll just use that.
Actually, if you just give us all access to that, then not one of us has to keep track of it. We can all just put our own shit in there.
Yeah, sure.
That's a lot smarter idea.
Oh, we've got a we've already got a party inventory handout at the very top that opens up to a thing.
Oh, so we do.
Yeah, we'll just use that.
We'll just make
Alright,
a
so
separate sheet.
no, not a sheet. It's a
Note.
no, it's a Google Doc thing.
Yeah, so we can make a separate sheet, like I just did.
I don't know what you're talking. Sheet. Oh,
At
why?
the bottom.
Why don't I just use the first one that's already there?
Because that's like caravan.
Yeah,
it?
but
We never used
we've
it
never
though.
used it before, so
Yeah, we
may as well
never
use this for the...
Yeah, but I mean, it makes sense to separate the caravan and the bag of holding.
Well, I mean, we've got a bag of holding and we don't have a caravan, so we should probably
You
start
do
with
need
this
to
one
remember
first.
that the character sheets in Roll20, when one person updates it and another updates it, it does weird stuff.
Yeah, so we'll just use Google Doc then.
Yeah, alright. So, the bag of holding can carry up to 500 pounds and weighs 15 no matter what. Alrighty, so I guess all we've got in there right now is some
Health
health potions.
potions.
How much do they weigh?
It's 38 minus 4.
That's right.
There we go.
How much do
How
they
much?
weigh?
1, I'm pretty sure.
I think I just did 0.5 pounds for pots.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Okey-doke.
Alright, cool. So we've all sat around, done a hit dice, Tobias finishes up his stuff.
Yeah, so after a little while of ailing and resting, you guys feel pretty good. The ale, as usual, tastes quite great, and as you sort of look over to Maxo, he gives you a thumbs up with a vial in his hand, and as he pulls the thumb down, he pours the vial into another mug, as though he's always constantly mixing drinks.
My lemonade is top notch as well. Just like to say. Once I finish cupping everything over, I'll just take a couple of minutes to like flick through, check everything's in order, then pack up my books and writing stuff, and shake out my wrist, which is probably pretty cramped after copying all of that.
Yeah, it would be.
Okay, hopefully these books survive
Can I-
a bit better than the last set.
Can I roll like a medicine to just like give his hand a little rub so he's not like constantly like shaking it and holding it? Because Thorin's like sitting there with his face in his mug, and he's just already seeing Tobias start to fidget with the sore hand. It's like, this is gonna fucking bother me all day.
Well, the question is, Tobias, do you let Thorin rub your hands?
Let me see your hand.
Okay. I kind of like awkwardly lean across the table.
Oh, you rub it so good you let loose all those tense muscles.
Tobias looks a little weirded out until it actually starts to feel better, and looks fairly grateful. Yeah.
Alrighty, so bookstore, and then back to the guild.
Well, can we sleep in the guild, or do we have to sleep in point a thumb over my shoulder in the direction of the sleeping place? We have to sleep there.
We might be able to sleep in the guild. It's worth going to ask.
Okay. Well, I might.
Also,
Hmm?
do you remember how long it would take customs to process our shit? Because,
Like a week, I think.
yeah. If we leave to do a job and then come back, is that another week for us to?
Probably, if I had to
Oh.
guess.
That's so painful.
Well, now that we know that's going to happen, we can maybe take precautions if we don't want to lose certain things.
Yeah, fair enough. I mean, we've got a bag of holding. If we can somehow have that be hidden,
I think they'll be on the lookout for that.
we could put
Who
Who
literally
has the
anything in it.
loosest asshole?
I look at Carlius.
I'm sorry, what?
Wait. Is there like, when we entered the city, did I notice if there was like wards around the city to stop like teleportation or something?
Noticing? No.
Oh yeah, shit. You could just.
If there's nothing there, I probably want to check that in case. But if not, I could just take anything important and
Yeah,
meet you
we
guys
could, like-
inside the walls.
Wait,
Yeah.
Carlius, you're from here, right?
Yes.
Wouldn't your organization operate here?
Yeah, that's what I was asking when we first arrived. Is that if things fall through, we might be able to see if they can get our stuff for us.
Yeah, they totally do.
I mean, I
Yes.
should mention I'm still more than happy to take your place.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah, we did have that discussion too.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So, I mean,
Actually-
if they're happy to swap you out for someone who can do 1 billion damage from 1,000,000 miles away, we might
This
be
is-
able to negotiate a smuggling route for us as well.
This is true. I mean, Actually, now you mention it.
Don't think for a second I'm saying I think I'm a better candidate than you because you have all those assassination abilities. But while we're negotiating swapping us, I mean,
Yeah.
like we're at the card table, we might as well gamble.
Well, I mean, this is true. And to be honest, I actually have to double check something as well while I'm here. Now you mention it. Sorry, out of character question. What time is it in the afternoon, West?
About well, now it's about 4:30.
Okay. I'm just going to duck out for a little bit, guys. Won't be too long. Just need to take care of some business.
I feel like it would make sense for me to come with you.
Honestly, thank you. I do appreciate your concern and the offer, but this is definitely something I have to take care of on my own.
I mean, given the nature that I assume of this business, it might soon be my business.
It might not be a good idea to, like,
None of you guys are armed as well if things go bad.
yeah. I don't know. I can see
Yeah.
it being unwelcome to bring a stranger.
I'll be right back, one
Yeah.
sec, sorry.
Despite, it doesn't matter what the intentions are. Bringing a stranger can set off some.
Yeah, and look, I could outside of the walls here, it wouldn't have been a drama. I'd be more than happy because you could easily stay out of sight, and you know, if everything did go to shit, you could hit them with a ranged attack. But at the moment, it is fine. But thank you, and with that, I just quickly head off.
Hang on, give me like 10 minutes.
No, I keep going.
Well, I hope he dies. So, Tobias, how good is your transcription?
All done, I think, if I haven't missed anything.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, hopefully these books will be a bit more sturdy than the last set. Wasn't expecting to go swimming or be set on fire or anything when I set out, so...
I mean, we can test those both real quickly right now if you want.
I'm right, thanks.
Are you sure? It can be as quick and simple as just saying yes.
Alright, back. Sorry about that.
I'm good, thanks.
Welcome
I'll trust the sales lady.
Ladder of a peacock. Okay, so
Oddly
Carlius, you
specific.
do that. Carlius, do you remember the way?
Yep. So I head on my way. Did you guys have anything you want to RP while I'm gone, or?
I just casually mentioned to I wish Carlius had waited 10 minutes so I could buy a bow and back him up.
There, out of character.
Whilst Carlius actually does search for this,
Yes.
yeah, like focus can be on you guys, but I'll just cut in as soon as he does find it.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
All right. Well, let's go to the bookstore because that chick has pointers on other ways to get into the more reclusive parts of the city, as well as she knowing someone who could possibly give me some pointers on how to do magic enchantment.
And while these nerds are doing that, I'm gonna go and buy a bow anyway.
All right.
Do them first, though.
Tobias, do you remember where the bookstore is? Yeah, I've never been there.
It was up here, if memory serves.
Carlius, you stand atop a fairly tall wall. Not a building wall, just like a dead end of an alleyway sort of wall.
Okay, so I look down that pathway, and there is an alleyway, but
Oh,
it
you
seems
can't
to
see.
go to nowhere.
You can't see down this pathway.
Oh, I can't see down, but it looks like something should be there.
Yeah, it looks like a wall you can climb over.
Alrighty, so
Just, I guess the only question is, do you do this in plain view of all the citizens that are walking around?
not really. I actually do have a look around, see if there's anyone
yeah.
watching me or B around.
I know there's no tokens, but imagine that the streets are very crowded all the time.
Ah, okay, yep. So I try and stealth my way in to that alleyway.
Okay, and how do you wish to do this?
Or roll stealth. Ugh. And as I'm doing this, I'm turning turning to face the outside and keeping a watch on people as I slink backwards.
Oh, this wall, like it's a proper wall. Like you
Oh.
actually have to scale it to get to the other side.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought that was actually just a pathway.
No. If it was
Okay.
a pathway, I would reveal it to you.
Oh, I see. Okay. In that case, I surreptitiously tried to scale the wall after trying to locate an alternative way.
Right. As you start to think about scaling the wall, it occurs. I'm assuming you're going to talk to L, right?
No, the other guy.
Oh, okay. Oh, then in that case, yeah, you scale right over. Some people sort of mutter in the background, and you pop yourself into an alleyway.
Yep. So I walk down the alleyway.
Yep. You continue down the alleyway. There's a few twists and turns, several
Yeah.
boxes. Nothing out of the ordinary. You hear the hubbub of like the explosions coming from the other side of the wall where the Adventurers Guild was. You also hear, as you get to about there, you also hear sort of like the sound of a lot of chatter going on in the background. Yet, as you look towards the source of the noise, you just see a wall. But the alleyway does continue forward, and it seems like as you continue forward up to there, it opens up into a fairly large courtyard.
Oh, okay. Yep. I'll head up towards there.
So you get up to about that courtyard area. It seems very empty, but immediately you hear this cawing of a crow sort of like sitting on the top of the building that draws your attention.
So as I look towards the noise where the crow should be, I run my finger along the top of my eye as a signal.
You do so. And about 5 seconds pass, and eventually you hear this voice almost directly in front of you. You don't see anyone, and it just goes, "Ah, Kylius, you're back. Welcome.
I am indeed, my old friend, and how are you?
Doing well for myself."
I would imagine, seeing what I did when I came in, the business is going well.
Quite so. And you notice like a bit of snow sort of like stop in mid-air, and then the snowflake sort of dissolves into water. And as it becomes as the clothing becomes a little bit damp, you finally notice that he's standing directly in front of you, almost as though he just came out of invisibility. And very much you see like the huge scar running across his eyes and sort of like his cheek. And he just gives you a stern nod, and he holds out a hand.
Holds out a hand.
Yeah, like for a handshake.
Oh, a handshake. Yep. So I return return the action.
He grips your hand quite tightly and just simply asks, "So, what can I acquire for you today?"
It's been a long time since I've been back, and it had completely slipped my mind about the lack of utensils.
Ah. Not to worry. We have a few scribes on our paycheck.
That's excellent. In all honesty, 1 or 2 daggers would be perfect. If you have anything to offer that is over and above what is normal tier, then I'm definitely interested as well.
Well, I suppose you know how this works. I can procure you the daggers. 2, you said?
That's correct, yep.
Alright. There'll only be a payment of 10 gold for a simple service. Quite easy. In your line of work, I assume that you were smart enough to stow away your illegal items before you came in.
Yep, that's correct.
Out of character, did you?
I did, yeah. I put everything into the into the customs area.
Oh no, think of it this way. You go through airport security and you have a bomb on your person. Do you put it in your luggage and let it get scanned? Or do you hide it somewhere? That's what he's asking.
Oh, sorry.
I knew I forgot to do something on the plane.
Okay, so yeah, no, I stowed it away for safety, absolutely.
So it's in customs.
Yep.
You know they're going to check it. And they're going to remove it.
No, you had some illegal shit, but then the crossbow dude who you originally fucked up in one of those very first fights came in and saved us.
No, that was because they were racist, not because of illegal stuff. They like
No, when we first
planted
arrived,
stuff
remember?
on.
Marcy.
Yeah, they planted stuff on Carlius.
I thought that was his super poison that he bought.
Nope. Jack
Oh,
is right
okay.
on this one.
Never mind then.
I was going to say, I don't remember having that vial there. Jesus.
Yeah, he doesn't.
Sometimes you just forget where you've hidden your poison.
And the guy just sort of says to you, well, unless you want to get in trouble, I'd go see Lota. Tell her to take care of it.
I let out a huge sigh.
She's not going to be happy.
No, she's not. To be fair, she hasn't been happy with me a lot. Not that I can blame her.
Yeah, I heard about that. Merlin almost walk away scot-free.
Yeah. I'd do anything not to hear that name again, but c'est la vie.
Well, I'll get you the daggers. Payment up front, 10 gold.
Yep, I pay up front, that's fine.
Where are you staying?
That's out of character, that's a good question. Where are we staying? Is it like the infirmary, or are we just staying at the guild?
I don't think you guys decided yet.
Because we stayed at that share house, didn't we, last night?
We did. Yeah. I'm not sure we know
But this
if
time,
we can sleep in the guild.
yeah, this time no one has decided where you're going to sleep yet, so.
Oh, okay. Alright, so I'll just reply and say, well, we stayed at a guest house last night, but I'm not sure if the other guys are keen to stay there again, so
Well,
I'm
fair
afraid I
enough.
can't say 100%.
If I have an idea of where you'll be, I'll find you.
Yep. You always do.
Then if that concludes our business, I'll be off.
Absolutely, and I do a quick nod and head off.
And as he turns around, he literally just disappears and turns invisible. And you leave the alleyway as a crow caws in the background, signaling your departure. Then the focus shifts over to Thorin and Tobias, who walks into the bookstore, and you hear the little kids going, "Yay, books! Woohoo! I like the one about the dragons!" And then Margaret sort of wheels her chair over and just goes, "Oh, welcome. You're back so soon."
Yeah, my friend here has some stuff he wants to ask of you.
And how may I be of service?
Good day, madam. And I give a little bow. And I'll say, I was told that you... Fucking words, my brain just stopped.
Watch your mouth, young man. There are children in here.
Sorry. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, that's right. I remember where I came in. Alright, so... I give her that little bow and I say, apparently you know how to get into, well, not secretly get into, but you know who to talk to for getting into the more inner circles of the Trident, as well as someone who knows a decent amount about magical item enchantment.
Oh, yes. Ever since
And I'll
the rules...
move closer so we don't have to shout.
She just... Ever since the rules changed, it's unclear how you're supposed to get further into the Trident without paying an exorbitant fee. I assume if you're in the good graces of Your Grace, he'll allow you through with some exception. As for the man who can help you with magical enchantments, his name is Gurika, who stays in the Rich District. And then she flicks a finger and a small parchment floats towards you and the name Gurika appears on it. I shall type it out. Gurika.
It's like Murica,
Yeah.
only it's G.
Yeah, pretty much. I was actually about to say that, but then my dog interrupted me because she thought I was dying with the old woman voice. And she just asked, "Is that all?"
Oh, that's right.
For now it seems to be, and I look at Spice.
Yep, that's everything I think.
Can you do me a favor? She says.
What sort of favor?
Read a book to the children. Lillian needs to get groceries.
Of course.
Sure. Any particular book?
Let's go with The Swan Who Learned to Fly. And then she whisks a finger up and a book floats towards you.
Okay, I will take it, and not good with children.
So Lillian turns around and says, "Oh, thank you. I won't be long, I promise." And then she exits the room.
Do you want me to do it?
If you wouldn't mind. Not good with kids at all.
Sure. I guess I'll take it, and I'll move up to the kids.
You walk up to the kids, they all look at you. "Wow, you're so tall. Can I grow up to be like you?"
Only if you eat all your vegetables.
Aww, I hate greens.
Yeah, but think about it like this. If you eat your vegetables first, and then eat the more yummy stuff after, you don't have to worry about the yucky taste sitting in your mouth. And then you can be big and strong like me when you're older.
Gross. And then the other one goes, "Are you going to read us a book?"
I am indeed.
"Which one?"
The Swan Who Learned How to Fly.
"Oh, I like that one. It has a lot of pictures." They all sit down and cross their legs and they look up at you attentively.
Was the lady who was reading before, was she also sat down with them?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll sit down then.
Now, you notice that despite it's a hardwood floor, as soon as you sit down, it feels as though it's cushioned. You're not sure why, but the hardwood floor seems to not be hardwood, almost like softwood.
I put my palm on it and give it a bit of a press.
It sort of like sinks in a tiny little bit as though it's a cushion. Yet it looks just like wood floors.
Weird. That's kind of cool.
So they'll look up at you attentively and then they say, "Read it, read it, read it."
Alright, I start reading.
All
I'll read it out for them and I'll...
Yeah, read it out. Let's go.
Interesting. Oh, I actually am just...
Yeah, let's go.
Alright, here we go. I'm gonna
As best you can. The Swan Who
make
Learned
up
to Fly.
make up an entire kid's book. Hold on, wait. I'm just gonna quickly Google this just to see if it's even actually like a real book.
It shouldn't be, because I just made it up on the spot.
Yeah, I don't know. It sounds like a kid's book. Can I just roll
So,
a performance
out of
and say that I
character,
read it?
out of character, how well you do this gets XP, and if you manage to tie it into quote unquote the world as is, bonus points.
I
If
mean,
you want
it's
to. Otherwise, you can just roll performance.
Tie it into the world.
Like
I was just thinking some like ugly duckling sort of like there's this duck and it got bullied and then it's like
you
oh
can.
you shouldn't bully
yeah,
people.
like you can do that. And if you
That's
have
the story.
yeah, like
no,
and
no,
if
the
you have
duckling had to fly and all the bullies ate shit.
And if you
Or
have,
something like that's how like most sort of kids
like
would
anything
get.
that ties into any place in the world too, bonus points. Up to you. You don't have to do it. It's just, hey, why not, right?
I mean, I guess I could try.
They look up at you attentively. Are you gonna read or what?
This feels so awkward.
Tobias is happy because he dodged a bullet.
I regret every life decision that has led me to this point.
Alright, I'll give you a moment to think about this.
Okay, thank you.
And, Aiden, where were you going?
I'm literally just buying a bow.
Oh, yeah, you go up to them, you try to buy a bow. He's just like, that's not going to happen. You're not allowed to own weapons within the Trident, unless for training purposes.
Can I roll persuasion?
You can.
Where is persuasion? There it is.
He goes,
Oh
yeah, no, you say your thing first.
yeah, it's like it is 100% for trading purposes. Because I've noticed there are a few birds around the city. And I feel like, given I'm a ranger, I work for the Adventurers Guild, I do all my skills to get sloppy while I'm just hanging out in the city,
No, I'm sorry. Rules are rules. I'm not going to be hung just by making weapons for anyone who comes through, even for the Adventurers Guild.
You know what? I can respect that. And with your
I do
permission-
apologize, but
No, look, I would do the same in your position. And with your permission, I'd like to shake your hand.
he thinks about it for a moment and he holds his hand out a little bit, retracts it, then extends it a little bit more.
I shake his hand warmly, and after a while, I clasp with both hands like I would do the same. Thank you anyway.
He retracts his hand and he sort of like wipes it along his shirt. And then he goes back to work.
Have a great day.
His tail waves you goodbye.
Right, back to the others. That was literally what I wanted to do, and I failed spectacularly.
Oh, it wasn't that bad. Pretty good, actually.
You didn't get arrested or anything.
Well, I mean, I didn't get a bow, so
Yeah, but nothing else happened. That's the plus side.
this is true.
So Kalius, you hop back over the fence. Some people look at you and they're like, okay.
Yeah.
And I fucking hate tieflings. They always do stuff like that. And they walk by, like, don't look at them, And then you come back into the main street.
Yep. So I basically I didn't really. They didn't get a chance to tell me they were going to the bookstore, so I'm just going to assume they were going back. They'd be still at the tavern, so I walk back that way.
That's fair. Okay. Now, whilst you're heading back towards the tavern, Thorin, do you have a story for me?
Nah, I fucking give up.
Alright, roll performance then.
Once upon a time.
Alright, you've finished giving a rendition of the story about the swan who learned to fly, and the children, once you finish the book and you close it, they just sort of look at each other and they shrug a little bit and go, I remember that story being better.
Ooh.
I've never heard it before.
But then, as you sort of stand back up, you see Lillian at the door, and she sort of waltzes in, and then says, "Oh, thank you for minding the children." And then she sets down some bags of, like, tomatoes and onions and whatnot.
For the children to eat raw. So is this like half orphanage, half bookstore?
No, it's more like, you know how if you go to like the mall and you're trying to do stuff, you just set your children off at like the...
Oh right, there's like a kid.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like a jungle gym, except
Yeah.
full of books.
Pretty much.
Even has a springy floor so you don't hurt yourself if you fall over. The analogy's breaking down at this point. Shall we skedaddle?
Yeah, may as well. Got nothing else to do.
I wonder if we should skedoodle as well.
Get the fuck out. No.
Alright. So you guys leave.
I'm not actually in the convo, so it doesn't matter what I say.
Do we come out at the same time as Carlius? Like, is he actually there?
Yeah,
Well,
I'm
that's
going to
what I was
assume everything
kind of-
happens about the same time.
Yeah.
Okay.
Some,
For ease of use, I guess.
But yeah, so for Carlius, you would notice that as you're heading towards the tavern inn again, you see several people sort of like hastily, but not in a panic, like they're hastily running that way, as though like you can sort of hear people going, "Oh, there's something going on."
Can we hear this too?
What? I heard about that. Oh yeah, you guys can hear this too. Like some of the people who are walking up that way, they just sort of stop, they turn around, see the commotion, and they too go that way.
Yeah, fuck it, I'll follow.
yeah,
And
I'm heading that way.
Aiden, as you come out, you see one guy come out of the bar. He too heads that way.
So there's like a decent crowd here right now, right?
Yeah, like you're trying to push through a whole bunch of people, but they don't really.
Sorry, just I promise this. Like, this has nothing to do with me being drunk. Just because the focus was off me, I deliberately do other things while the focus is off me, so I don't metagame at all.
Oh yeah, no, it's cool.
Okay.
Yeah.
I just have no idea what's happening.
Oh no, no.
Neither do we.
Yes, no
Oh,
one
shit.
is.
We're
Okay.
following a crowd of excited people.
Apparently there's something interesting over this way. We're gonna go find out what it is.
So
Sounds talk to me.
Also,
I feel like
we're
this
like-
is a good opportunity to make that clear, though. Like, when the focus is off me, I do other things.
yeah, all good.
Like, specifically so I don't pay attention to other people, so I can't metagame.
Fair enough.
So
Like,
as
I'm a chronic metagamer, and I stop myself from doing it.
So as you guys sort of come out into this huge marketplace area, you know that there are various like mobile stores, not mobile phones, but like stores that can move a lot. They sort of set up, and you see people from out of town with the stores. But instead of yelling out the products that they're selling, they're sort of turning their attention up to the northeast as well, like that way, where a small crowd of people have gathered. You immediately see that right below you, there's first of all a trader who, with a cart, there's various minerals and stones and whatnot, presumably for like smithing works or
Ooh.
little things that you make. And then directly in front of you are various cured meats sort of being traded, like where you probably buy your rations. Then you've got some alchemists off in the corner by the main fountain. On the fountain itself, there's various like water sort of like going in, obviously, as fountains do. And in the middle, just like this huge golden trident sort of standing up. There are various guards sort of standing around as well. And you've also got like a guy who you would assume is trading wine with all those barrels that he's carrying, as well as like bags of presumably wheat or barley or what have you. And directly to your north, there's a sort of like a open emporium sort of trading, and you can see people writing down various parchments, handing them over as though they're ordering something before leaving. And they're flanked by several guards as well.
I don't know about you guys, but I'm
I don't know about you guys, but I'm going straight to alchemists.
Well, let's figure out what the crowd's all about first.
Yeah, I start making my way to the crowd.
Yeah. I follow just because I'm sheep.
Where'd you say the alchemists were, sorry?
So by the main fountain where all the stuff is. But she doesn't seem to be selling her wares anymore, and she's turning people away because she's trying to look after her wares, but also focus on what's happening where the crowd is.
Well, I feel like Mr. Ranger might be able to say a couple of words to her. But I'm going to stick with the party for now.
So as you guys all sort of...
I too am a sheep.
So as everyone sort of comes up to the back of the crowd and everyone's sort of like pushing one another and huddling, you see this one guard captain standing up at the very top, and he goes from, I guess, your left to your right. He just sort of starts saying, in a fairly loud, boisterous voice, he's already done most of his speech and now he's just announcing the executions, and he's like, by order of the court, you get killed right there as soon as you touch the stage.
Okay.
So he goes, by order of the court and in accordance to proclamations of King Harold the Great, I sentence you to death by hanging for the murder of a resident of the Trident. And then you hear this as he falls a little bit below the platform, and he goes And whilst
That was
his
visceral.
and whilst he's still hanging, he immediately moves over to the next guy. And the guy standing in the middle, he looks like a not nobleman, but he's definitely a well-dressed guard. Everyone can, I guess, roll history.
Also, was that guy who just got hung the dude who beat the piss out of the other guy in the
You can
street?
assume so.
Okay, cool. I'm glad that guy got justice.
So
I'm rolling a history?
Yeah.
Oh,
Wow.
damn.
Lol.
Well, Tobias and Carlius, if you're 19s, you're immediately able to recognize that this is the guy who caressed Carlius's butt lovingly and procured a small black vial of liquid at the front
Oh,
gates.
fuck this guy.
And then you hear the guard captain at the front goes, "As for you, I sentence you to death by beheading for the attempted implantation of an illegal substance on that of a citizen of the Trident." And then you see the guardsman with a big great axe behind him raise it above his head and brings it down with a chopping motion. And you hear this crunk, and then his head rolls off to the side, and everyone sort of goes, "Oh."
Can I have that for later?
And everyone sort of like claps a little bit.
I give, I hide it obviously behind people's backs, but I give the finger to the guy's head as it rolls along stage.
And as the head sort of rolls to the left of the stage, as soon as it passes by the guy who's hanging, he lets out his final and then expires. Then the guard captain steps off to the side as the guy with the axe moves over to the last. And now this guy looks a lot more formal. He definitely doesn't look like he comes from this district, and he has various jewels and gems still on his person. And then the guard captain just pronounces, "And finally for you, I sentence you to death by beheading for the collusion with our nation's greatest enemy, Lutheria." And as the guard raises his great axe high above his head, everyone notices a man dressed in red start to push past all of the crowd, standing right up to the front guards, and he's flanked by some mercenaries as well. And then he just holds up a hand and says, "My good man, I will rain hellfire on you should you kill him. I need to question him." And the guardsman with the axe high above his head stops for a second, then lowers the axe. And the guy directly in front who's proclaiming all these executions, he sort of looks at him a little bit unnerved, and you see like a small bead of sweat come off his brow despite the fact that it's freezing cold out here. And he just goes, he like waves his hand a little bit and goes, take him off the stage." And some of the guards come back and they help the guy off the stage and then takes him forward. And the guy in red sort of puts a hand on his shoulder, and then you see him sort of squeeze it a little bit as the man sort of whimpering and shaking uncontrollably, and they start to lead him away.
Oh.
Do I recognize the guy in the red
You
jacket?
immediately know it's Stavros. And you know the guy
Oh.
who's wearing blue, he is the jewel smith of the city.
Oh.
And
So,
as
as he's-
all the celebrations sort of finish off and everyone sort of claps with a bit of a, as the last guy isn't killed, the crowd eventually disperses.
Sorry, should I know who Cerberus is?
Yeah, he's the guy who gave you the ring.
Okay. Oh.
So
I don't remember who's
Sorry,
that.
I'm just terrible with names.
I also don't remember.
When you guys were sitting on the outside tavern and he was like, "You come over here, I need to speak with you. Who's this
Oh,
ring
yes,
with a
that
fist?
guy.
I'm from the Iron Council. I'm not Dowd, but I look like him."
So we've got this guy here, who, look, old mate in the red shirt, supremely powerful and good at what he does. And the guy that just got taken away, he's the jeweler.
Yep.
And this is what I'm relaying to the party. I'm saying, look, he's the jeweler of this place. So
The guy in red, he wasn't a guard, was he? Was he like a
that
mob
was Stavros.
boss? Is he like a mob boss?
Essentially, yes, he's the leader of, I can't think the name of it, not the Holy See. Words. Essentially, he's the leader of the Nope, I have lost all my words today. This is definitely one of those weird days. Mercenaries. He's the
Why
leader of
can't
the
you do
mercenary
that
group.
when you're like just hanging out with me in the lunch room?
Sorry?
Why can't you lose your words when you hang out with me in the lunch room?
Because they're just so readily available for what I'm thinking. But yeah, it's just like he's the leader of the mercenaries. So for him to be taking away the jeweler, there is some very weird shit going on here.
They said he was colluding with Lutheria. So
Maybe you should keep where you're from under wraps.
yeah, and the guild mentioned a fugitive from Lutheria as well that they've got a bounty out on, Zachariah. So
Oh yeah.
I think I'll
Can
keep
I
that to myself.
can I roll history to remember anything I know about that particular jeweler?
You may do so. Oh, well, there you go.
Nice.
You know that in all of your dealings with Lota and all the other organizations, the jeweler has never once become corrupted by your people. Like, he's always remained true to the law.
Huh.
So the fact that he's been accused of colluding with Lutheria and is sentenced to death, there's probably something else going on.
Yeah, so I just reiterate the fact that this is not something that should be taken lightly. There's something else happening here. Just, yeah.
I don't think we should stick our noses in it, honestly.
And I slowly nod and say it's not a bad idea for the moment, at least until we know what we're dealing with
We should
through
keep
other
it in,
sources.
We should keep it in mind though, because potentially it's a way to destabilize Gertus's like hold on power here. I don't know how, but it's all useful information.
Fair enough. So what's next on the to-do list? Are we gonna do a bit of shopping and then go get a job?
And Stavros looks something like this.
Cool.
So like an
Wow, he looks
oldish
awesome.
guy.
He looks cool as fuck. He like that. He reminds me of Emperor Uriel a little.
Yeah, he totally does. How far does his power reach?
Probably very.
Hey West, random question. There's this guy named Stavros. Just wondering how far his power reaches.
He could probably just crush your heart on the spot and you would instantly die.
So he's a powerful mage.
Yeah, that was a joke.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I
Well,
was
he
gonna
did-
say that wasn't really my question either.
Good to know though, be careful of him.
But you do see several halflings sort of appear out of the back of the platform and they reach up and grab all the bodies and start dragging them away.
What is up with the halfling labor force here? Like, has anybody ever read those novels? Harry Potter, I think. They're like the little house goblin. Them, they're just everywhere.
Oh no, I think I have read those. Heroldus Potterian and the Granite of the Philosopher.
Yeah.
No, I know exactly what you mean, Tobias.
Anyway, moving on. I don't have anything in particular that I want to look into, so I'll just follow you guys around the rest of the day. It must be getting close to close up time though, surely. It was like 5:30 before or something.
Yeah, it's about 5:30, maybe 6ish now. It's getting pretty dark. Some people are packing up the shops and the guards are clearing up the main platform as well.
Should we gather some rations while we're here?
That sounds like a good idea, because
Um,
I'm completely out.
Yeah, me too.
Is the alchemist still alive?
Yeah.
I'll follow Longshot for now.
So as you sort of come up, she goes, "Oh, you look like a dapper fellow. How about some flowers for your lovely mistress? Unless you don't have one."
Is that rat again I'm hearing in the background?
Carlos just rolled history. Wait. No, he didn't. That was a Facebook notification, not a... Never mind. Can I answer her question by rolling survival and identifying one of the most obscure...
Yes, you can.
Possible
20,
disadvantage?
20.
In this case, no, because these
just
stuff...
in case there's something from Elsie.
Yeah. I was just thinking about it. In this case, no.
Okay. Not bad, all things considered.
Oh. You immediately pick out one of the flowers that she has, and you recognize it as bilethorn. And basically what bilethorn does is it causes immense irritation, and it's sort of like a poisonous plant, but is kind of like a spice if you apply it to soups.
Okay, so I lean in and mutter, only she and Thorin can hear. Well, not if you're gonna sell me that bilethorn over there.
Oh, bilethorn. Well, I mean, you can add it to soups. Gives it that extra kick.
You're going to sell me that bilethorn over there.
Oh. Come again? I didn't hear the first part. I heard bilethorn.
Well, because the fact that you said bilethorn worked perfectly for me. She's like, "Oh, do you want some flowers for your sweet?" I'm like, "Well, not if you're going to try and sell me that bilethorn over there."
Oh, she just goes, "Oh, no, of course not. I'm talking about these pretty little roses. They smell great, very fragrant. Sort of mixes in with all the other flowers."
Does she seem to respond at all to my knowledge of bilethorn?
You can roll insight.
I would also like to roll.
Then I shall. And that's why I let Thorin here as well, just in case I fuck up.
Nope, that wasn't very good.
Well, second time's a charm. Ah! How does she seem to respond to my mention of specifically Balfour?
She sort of perks an eyebrow that it's like, oh, I met someone else who knows about flowers, but she doesn't seem to make too much out of it. Might be closer towards feeling tiresome of it, I suppose.
Given that this is someone who has I assume quite the collection, would I know, and I'm willing to roll survival, does she seem to have anything, particularly interesting that the layman might not notice she even has?
Oh, I get what you're going for. You can do a survival, yeah. Cool. Oh, yeah, cool. Thanks, Roll Tony. Just kicked me out. Awesome. Not like I need to look at anything.
Oh, well, seeing as you're not here, I rolled in that 20. It might not show up when you rejoin.
Oh, yeah.
I'm sure you guys can back me up, right?
Totally. 100%.
Yep. 21 even.
Oh, that's actually pretty good.
You know that there aren't that many quote-unquote poisonous plants or anything too much out of the ordinary, but you do know a particularly small white-petaled flower that is extremely rare in the region of Vestergaard, but is much more common in L6, and that can go for a much higher price than anything she has to offer.
Okay. What's that called? I mean,
the common tongue in Vestergaard, you wouldn't know, but you would know that it's just called. Oh fuck! Where did I write this?
No. So just
king's
before you
thorn.
freak out, I'm not being one of those dickheads where I'm like, come up with a name for it. Go. I just want to be able to say it to her.
Yeah, just King's Thorn.
Kingspawn. Alright, so I lean in a little closer and gesture for Thorin to come closer so he can still hear what I'm saying. Thorin,
I came closer.
closer! So, I can see you have some Kingspawn back there. So I imagine you have some other things?
She raises
Whether
an
you
eyebrow.
know what they're looking for?
Kingstorm? Never heard of it.
Well, that white flower up there. It has the following properties.
This isn't called Kingstorm.
Well, we can agree to disagree on language, but you and I both know exactly what that flower does.
You can roll an insight if you wish.
I do wish, because I would be a fool not to.
Can I roll an insight too? Because
Yeah, go nuts.
taking hints from the conversation, yeah. Fucking damn. Oh,
You're unable to discern the reason as to why she refuses to basically talk to you about Kingsdawn.
Can, with my 24 though,
She got on that 20.
but can I tell that she's unwilling, or is she just a brick wall?
To you, it seems like she's just a brick roll. Fucking Rick rolled you old. Now, a brick wall, and it's not a result of not knowing or being sly, or maybe it is being sly, but it's more like she
but
spent
I mean-
years of being a merchant, so you don't know if she's what her agenda is here.
No, what my question is, I'm not asking whether I can tell why she's unwilling, just
No.
that she's unwilling.
oh,
No,
that's
you cannot.
funny right there.
So I can't tell that she's unwilling?
Yeah, you can't.
So I just shrug. I'm like, all right, never mind then. I guess I'll take my business elsewhere. Good luck. Trying to sell. Sorry, what were the gross flowers called again?
Bilethorn.
Good luck trying to sell Bilethorn to tourists.
Literally, the second you say that, one of the Vestergaard commoners come over. Yeah, I'll take a batch of Bilethorn, thanks. Making some soup tonight. And then she puts a batch in his hand and he hands over the gold. And he walks away.
I walk away slightly less confidently.
I'm going this way. I want to go get some food. Buy some rations for our adventures.
You come up towards the food store and then this
Wait for
woman
me.
wearing purple just sort of yelling out, "We got your food! Lots of food! Cured meat! Fishes! Goats! Goat testicles!
Ew.
Cows! Cow eyes! Liver!"
Did someone say testicles? No.
Just speaking of this, and I'm shamelessly seizing opportunities by my recent travels, but I spent about 9 hours in Italy, and like that's totally a thing they still do there.
Mhm.
Like
Yeah.
we were walking down the street, and this woman was like, "Hey, come to a restaurant, have some food. Come on, hey, you two, do you want to have some food?" We're like, no, but it's totally a thing they do, and it was weird.
Pretty normal.
Anyway,
But you come up, Thorin, and then she just looks at you. "Oh, look at you. A hearty, fine fella like you needs lots of food. Come, what would you like? We
I
got a
do.
selection of fish. We got some salmon, trout, tuna, turtle."
Do you have anything that will last for a while? We
Ah.
plan on traveling.
"Oh, of course. The cured meats variety." She
Yes.
undoes a sack, and inside you see this huge sack of just various meats that have already been pre-cured. They all look like bacon, but you know that they're not all bacon.
All right. How long do you
It-
reckon these will last for?
She just takes a sniff, just literally just leans in and goes, very salty. Huh. At least a good 2 weeks. Though, for the second week, they might not taste as nice.
That's fine. We're more for function anyway. How much for 'em?
Well, That's a good question. Let me pull out my abacus. Yeah, everyone's got a bunch of abacuses in town. Bought one myself just the other day.
They seem very handy.
Yeah, they quite are. So, enough rations for one person? It's gonna cost... Oh, for fourth person. How many days?
Hi.
How many days?
We'll figure out how much they cost first, and
Oh, okay. Well, there are just about 8 silver pieces per, plus tax, so brings you up to a total of 1 gold per ration.
We've
That
got
sounds like a-
24 in the party gold bank. Just for reference.
Sure. Shall we buy, say, enough for a week for each of us? Because Longshore will be able to provide us with food for the most part while we're out and about.
Well, it
You know-
depends on how bad the winter is, but
That's true.
And
That's why I
supplement
think
it.
it's worth stocking up instead of just
yeah.
letting him do his thing.
I was just going to say, I've got 15 days worth of rations here as well. So,
Holy shit.
yeah, I bought up while I was around.
Oh
Okay.
yeah, that's right.
Although I'm happy if you guys want to pay for more for me. I'll take it.
I turned to the lady and I'll say, we'll take 21 rations. It's enough for a week for the 3 of us.